board, let's show you the highlights of the NFC Championship game for the ages. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, 1-2 all-time in passer rating in the playoffs. Richard Sherman never targeted by Green Bay in the first matchup in Week 1, the season kickoff game. Well, they went after him in the first quarter.
And guess
early
what?
On.
That's the guy. And think about it, he was a former wide receiver, and what he showed you there was wide receiver skills. Great job breaking on the ball, bringing the ball in, and then pat, get the feet down. Great job by Richard Sherman.
Sherman would get injured later in the game, but would remain in the contest. Ensuing Seahawks drive, you've got Russell Wilson, and that's one of the plays we were talking about. Went through Jermaine Kearse's hands. Clinton Dix with the interception.
Yeah, tip pass right there, and Clinton Dix, Johnny on the spot, makes the play.
Packers get it back inside the 5-yard line. John Kuhn with a 1-yard touchdown, ruled on the field a touchdown. But you got to review this one as a scoring play.
And when we look back on this game, we're going to ask ourselves, you see the elbow there? There were a couple opportunities. They get the ball at point-blank range, only manage 6 points and 2 opportunities down there at +1 territory.
Yep, and we're going to show you the second one in a second, but this was 3rd down. Eddie Lacy stuffed at the goal line. Looked like the hole was there, but it closed up quickly. 3-0 Packers. Ensuing kickoff, Doug Baldwin coughs it up. Green Bay on top of it, right around the 24-yard line. So 2 red zone trips for the Packers in the first half of the first quarter. Seahawks' 2nd turnover of the game.
And you wonder why, Baldwin holding the ball carelessly, because he was actually filling in for somebody else. Here's another opportunity. Aaron Rodgers, just off the fingertips of Jordy Nelson. You see the precipitation coming down there. That might have been a factor in that.
Yeah, you mentioned Paul Richardson was the kick return man who was injured and not in the game. That's why Baldwin was returning it. Next play, 3rd and goal, Rodgers to Randall Cobb. Gain of 5, but on 4th and goal, they decided not to go for it. They kick another field goal, so 6-0.
The old man.
Drive? Yeah, Julius Peppers.
Still got, one of the best free agent acquisitions you look at this year. The old man still had a little something left. Free play for Aaron Rodgers. He drops back, got plenty of time because of the offside.
Zing!
There you go.
Randall Cobb back of the end zone, wide open. Rodgers makes him pay. It was a free play. The penalty went against Seattle, obviously declined. Here's an ISO.
Yeah, and the key part here was basically was a rub route that wasn't a rub route. Good job by Randall Cobb recognizing that. That had nothing to do with Richard Sherman, as what was reported. But, just a heck of a football play. You see right there, Richard Sherman saying, guys, we're better than this.
Legion of Boom was in trouble in different points during this game here. Earl Thomas with an injury scare on this tackle here. Goes down, stayed down, went into the locker room. They were doing various tests on him. He would return before halftime. Next Seahawks possession. Wilson looking for Jermaine Kearse and intercepted. Clinton Dix, his 2nd of the first half. This is a one-handed job.
Yeah, and it was a great play by him as well, because he catches it with his right. He turns around.
Bam!
He gets turned around a couple of times. And on that particular play, you're going to see Russell Wilson. He gets hit. Look at this.
Here's the one-handed interception.
Brings it in. Excellent job of being in the deep middle. And watch right here. You're going to see Clay Matthews.
Helmet to helmet.
15 yards.
Block. It was a 15-yard penalty, and it appeared to shake Wilson up, not only on that play, but maybe into the 2nd and 3rd quarter here. But these teams so uncharacteristic, both of them had a case of the dropsies and the turnovers in this game. Some confusion between the Packers receivers and Aaron Rodgers, intercepted there by Maxwell. 2nd postseason game with 2 INTs for Aaron Rodgers. Mike McCarthy couldn't believe it either.
Bad play you're going to see right there. A ball underthrown. Made the right read, but you got to put the ball a little bit higher. Russell Wilson just kind of off his game early on in this football game.
Do either of these fantastic quarterbacks want to get it in the end zone and hold on to the football?
Look at those passer ratings. 48 for Aaron Rodgers and 0.
0 at the half. Let's go to the 3rd quarter now. 16-0. Packers had the lead. Clay Matthews putting it on Russell Wilson. Some extracurricular activities right near the end of the play. A penalty flag was called. It was declined. They accepted the penalty. They accepted the result of the play, which was the long sack. So it was 3rd and 19 for Russell Wilson. Got plenty of time with a 3-man rush.
And again, that's the thing. They did a good job all day long, but you can't give anybody that much time, and it was a huge play down the field. Not to mention Clay Matthews was dropping into coverage and not rushing the passer with a 3-man rush.
Doug Baldwin, 29-yard pickup penalty was against Green Bay. They declined it. They're down now in the red zone. Marshawn Lynch had it in his hands for just a second.
Good job, good throw right there, but good job by the defender being able to Barrington to be able to get the ball out.
4th down. Field goal team comes on. Pete Carroll's just got to get some points on the board. Let Seattle's offense feel good about themselves. It's a fake.
Are you sure?
John Ryan running with it and throwing last
to
second.
Who?
A tackle eligible.
To who?
A rookie tackle eligible. Gary Gilliam, rookie out of Penn State. They forget about him as Ryan looked like he was going to run for the first down for a moment. Good arc on the pass. Gilliam looks it in. He used to be a tight end at Penn State before they switched into offensive line.
Great job by him. Tell you what, Pete Carroll, obviously excited about that. It was worth his his rate there.
Worth having him on the team for that one, if
Absolutely.
nothing else. Biggest play of his life. 16-7 still. And Green Bay was still in control of this game. James Starks and the running game into Seattle territory. And bang, at the end of this play, Richard Sherman takes a shot.
And Richard Sherman still feeling the whatever he did here, something was going on with his hand. You'll see right here, hyperextended elbow, it looks like. And the whole game, even coming after the game. But he stayed in the game and gutted through it. The Legion of Boom took their lumps today.
All right, 16-7 in the 4th quarter. Now 3rd and 7 for the Packers offense. And incomplete. So we go to 4th down, kick a field goal. Richard Sherman playing with one wing at this point, it appeared like. But it's 19-7. And the Seattle offense really hadn't done much all game. Now we're coming up on the halfway point of the 4th quarter. Marshawn Lynch pushing. Offensive line pushing. Russell Wilson trying to shake off the interceptions and almost threw another one right there. Doug Baldwin looking for the penalty flag on 3rd and long. They didn't get it.
See Richard Sherman on the sidelines there, elbows bothering him, and still offense has an opportunity to make a play here.
Seattle punted. Green Bay trying to run some clock, but on 3rd down, Seattle's defense comes up, knocks the ball down, stops the clock. Seattle football back. They need 2 touchdowns here. And another interception. And you figured it was it.
Game over. Goodbye. Good night.
Clinton Dix didn't even try and return it there on that one.
Game over. We're just going to kneel down on this thing.
Burnett with the interception.
We're just going to kneel down and not do anything else, but the game was not over.
And that was Jermaine Kearse, who had the ball go through his hands twice for interceptions by Green Bay. We would hear from Jermaine Kearse again. We would hear from Doug Baldwin again because the Packer defense did its job, and the Seattle defense did its job.
Got the ball back for Seattle.
Now they're into Green Bay territory.
Marshawn Lynch. Little wheel route right out in the backfield. Called a touchdown.
Called a touchdown.
But after further review, there, stepped out there, stepped out there.
That's clear video evidence that it was
the gold bottoms on the shoes. That's the reason
there
why
you go. Got to wear the white ones maybe, and it blends in with the sideline. Either way, a couple plays later, Seattle's into the end zone. Russell Wilson with the scramble, but hey, no time to celebrate. All that makes it is a one-possession game. You have to convert the onside kick to theoretically have a chance. They pop it up high, hands on the football for Green Bay, but it comes loose.
Take a look at this. You want to talk about a young man who just,
Brandon Bostic.
Mr. Bostic.
On the hands team.
Watch right here. Right there, just, gets him in the helmet. Great job. Oh, my goodness.
Game wasn't necessarily over if they recover that. They would have had the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout remaining. Seattle would have. Now they're in great shape with the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout left.
And now Russell Wilson decides to start toting the ball, and the game changed.
15-yard scramble right there. They would go to the 2-minute warning. Then Wilson to Wilson. Luke Wilson.
And this first down, I think, is important.
For the first down.
Getting that first down, I think, was really important to help them move the chains as well. Change the play call.
We're down to 93 seconds left to go from the 24-yard line. He's in the secondary. He's in the end zone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Shake his hand. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Shake his hand. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
2 touchdowns with under 3 minutes remaining to put the Seahawks up a point. Up 1, the card says go for 2. They do just that. Check out this play.
Play's over. It's dead.
Yeah.
All those packs there. He just threw it up.
Might as well. Worst that could happen is an incomplete pass. And so you throw it up and they come down with it.
Wilson to Wilson.
2-point conversion makes it a 3-point game.
Scott, it's not over yet. You know why?
Why?
Because Aaron Rodgers.
That's right. And we said, hey, you know what? If you want drama, if you were Green Bay and you said you need a field goal to tie or a touchdown to win the game and you got Aaron Rodgers, 90 seconds and 3 timeouts, you'd take that bargain as a Packer fan.
And I do believe I told you he was going to take him down the field, lead to the field.
And so Rodgers going to work like a surgeon. Hits Jordy Nelson.
Boom.
Hits Randall Cobb.
Dart.
2 plays, and they are into Seattle territory. We're under a minute left to go. 43 seconds remaining. Rodgers buying time.
Got a little something
the
left.
calf still bothers him. He doesn't have the wheels, but he has enough to get a first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock. They get into field goal range. They'd run the clock down to under 30 seconds remaining. On 3rd and 10, Rodgers, does he take the shot at the end zone? Takes a shot to Jordy Nelson.
Just a little more.
Pick up a handful of yards.
Yeah, just to put him into real field goal range for Crosby. You see right there, Richard Sherman still struggling with that wrist injury. What a testament to his intestinal fortitude.
19 seconds left. Mason Crosby, good from 48 yards out. We got a tie game. 22-20, a game that was 16-0, a game that was 19-7 is now 22 apiece going to overtime. Aaron Rodgers, a little grin on his face. All right, just give me the ball back, boys. I'll do my thing. But Seattle won the coin toss. Seattle took the football. Seattle took it into Green Bay territory.
Doug Baldwin, big throw from that guy. Struggled all game long. Russell Wilson found a way. You see Richard Sherman still struggling there with the injury. Russell Wilson once again drops back. Not again.
Jermaine Kearse. A very similar play to the touchdown that he scored in the 4th quarter last year in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers to put the Seahawks back up. This one ends the game